Hello everyone, I'm Metaslave and welcome to Chapter 26 of my Conquest Max Round Efficiency. This is definitely the most complicated chapter in all of Conquest by quite a bit, with all the status staves, including, but not limited to, those from Iago, and a bunch of strong enemies that are going to be in our way, as well as a bunch of doors to open. So there's a lot of sort of pieces to the puzzle for this map, and that made it a lot of fun to kind of tackle and figure out. The first thing that has to be done preps-wise is to change Corrin to Sorcerer. This is kind of a stupid optimization I had to make for Hero Room, because I wanted Corrin to be able to one-shot a hero that has counter from one range, and he can only do that as a Sorcerer, because this was to avoid like taking counter damage, since Corrin needs to be healthy throughout. We have two new units, the Staffers, Flora, and Izana. Flora comes with B-rank staves and a really high base skill in magic, which is why I just dump a bunch of magic and skill stacking onto her to increase her staff hit. And then I change her to strategist because it needs the mobility for the map. But coming with B staves lets her use entrap from the get-go, which is great. She can be recruited as early as the end of chapter 19, but since I just needed her for this map and no earlier, I decided to just late recruiter to maximize her magic and skill. Jacob, also, who has seen no screen time this entire playthrough, is being brought here to go strategist. This is yeah. This is just because I need an extra 8 movement rescue staff user. Izana is also here, who, like Flora, is a high rank staffer at base with a lot of magic and a lot of skill, but he can't use entrap. He can only use silence though, but that's C rank. Now we're finally putting to use the generic Master Ninja we recruited last map. He's going to handle the Sorcerer room because not really none of my units besides Corrin are strong enough to handle that, but Corrin can't really be there when I need him to be, so we use a Master Ninja. Turn 1 is that's all. This Master Ninja is also an extra lock touch user, and you'll see that I have to do some pretty funky things turn 1 to make Sorcerer Room work out properly. So pretty much this map kind of can be boiled down to like just stacking a bunch of, like, it's pretty much only deploying high move units, including as many that can use staves as I can, lock touchers to open doors, and well, yeah, that's it. Most of the combat, like I said, is done by either Corrin or the ninja, but there is a little bit that Camilla sees and Xander sees, just, or rather, not so much that Xander sees, but like I want enemies to not go for Xander just because you can't kill them, for example. The formation's pretty specific to be able to open the right set of doors, but really it's not that. Yeah, I did it definitely rearranged inefficiently here, but there's also some more item management to do that I had to fix sort of after the fact, which is why there's this extra segment of preps. So first is a +1 Fimbulvitzer. This is because there's a hero that Corrin was barely failing to one-shot through, or rather kill through Aegis. If he has up like the fire tome he'd usually been using, if the hero double Aegises, he lives, which is really annoying. So I just went with Fimble to just insta kill him regardless of Aegis. I also adjust who has staves in their inventory to deal with the right status staff targets. So the first thing that needs to be done is, well, after rallying, is opening the first door with the generic Master Ninja, who's not really doing anything else important this turn. Then Corrin is going to kill this Tomahawk guy, OHKOing through counter, luckily, and now Camilla wants to lunge this hero. Because of like the minimal amount of damage she takes in return, and the fact that her strength is not that amazing right now, since I kind of minimized the strength stacking she doesn't die from counter. She just gets really low. But she doesn't even need to be particularly high health. So now, as you can see, yeah, if that guy double Aegises, I still kill him. Then Xander deals with that hero, since he's not really doing anything but transporting Kaze for now. And Niles, with his 9 move, is going to open that door, which we need. Then I do a little trick by transferring Baruka to the Master Ninja after Selena brings him over, because both Camilla and the Master Ninja wanted the Baruka pair up on the player phase. But for the rest of the map, Baruka is going to be with the Ninja. The Ninja needs to level up once on by turn 2 player phase in order to open the door to the Sorcerer room, which is why he also kills this Brave Sword hero. The other thing that's helpful is that him being in range of that maid is going to make her attack him instead of using a status staff. But because he has maximum guard gauge, he doesn't even get debuffed by her dagger. Flora and Izana freeze the last 2 heroes because I can't really deal with them combat, but they will blow up any unit that are in their range, including Flora and Izana. So I get that level up and get Lock Touch on enemy phase. This enemy phase doesn't really go as I expected to, because I expected Corrin to get entrapped by that maid, but they missed. The Sorcerers will go for him regardless, but he crit them to death instead of like hitting them twice, which kind of messed up my planned guard gauge, but it's not a big deal. I'll go over that a little more later. But yeah, Camilla deals with this hero so that she can't entrap anyone anymore. And Corrin, I just kind of stick on the tile that he would have been entrapped in, because if he got entrapped on enemy phase, he would have also been frozen. So I'm just going to assume that he got frozen here and not do anything with him. What he wants to do on this free turn that he has, since he normally wouldn't be able to move, is to reclass back into Malig Knight. That's because he needs 10 movement and the ability to use axes for hammer and dual club throughout the rest of the map. So I'm going to reclass to Malig Knight and just chill here for a bit with Corrin. Now, I need the ninja to go open the door to the Sork room. But first, I need to rally him. So first I pair up Rally Man with Silas, and then max move Silas so that we switch and rally. I was definitely saved here by the fact that rally also applies to pair up the backpack units in a pair up. I also pair Izana with Niles so that I can move him further forward as well, and I also drop Xander forward with Kaze. Well, after Xander moves himself. So now I can open that door, and no one is in range of Sorcerers except the Ninja, which is perfect. Even if he gets enfeebled by that maid, he's perfectly fine against these Sorcerers because they don't really do much damage to him. I also need to silence that maid because she has freeze, and I can't deal with freeze. That'll mess up the rest of the plan. These Sorcerers can all hit the Ninja because his resistance is so enormous between his weapon triangle advantages and res stacking that I've done. But he dodges quite a few since his natural void's pretty high. And he also gets benefit of guard gauge occasionally. He cleanly one rounds with the dagger forge that I gave him, since the Sorcerers all have the same HP and defense values. Since the ninja's been frozen, he has to just kind of chill here, but that's perfectly fine since he's done his job for now. The heroes move towards me, but they never actually reach me in the end, and neither do the Sorcerers. So Camilla just wants to drop Selena forward in order to prepare for next turn, and Corrin can't quite do everything he needs to do from that space, so I just give him a little boost with Azura because Azura can't really do anything super relevant yet. Now I open that door with Kaze, which I was just in range to do last turn, and now because I kind of got a wacky turn 1 enemy phase, the guard gauge didn't quite go as I expected to. I actually would burn it here if I didn't just bop the Sorcerer with lightning. But because I do want guard gauge on turn 4. I take Xander off of Kaze because Xander needs to be, free and available next turn as well. So what I want to do here is I want to silence the freeze maid again with Flora. But I also don't want Flora to get silenced. This is a silence turn for Iago, and I do not want Flora getting silenced. So what I do is I take all of Flora's staffs off of her and onto the ninja, and then Izana silences one of the freeze maids that's in the Berserker General room, because I also can't, because Corrin's in range of that, and he can't get frozen here. So yes, Izana gets silenced by Iago, which is perfect. I don't need Izana to use a staff next turn. And now the Enfeeble maid also doesn't really do anything relevant. So Kaze can just reach this door, which is perfect for me, because I need to kill this general first. I need to open that, and I don't really have anyone else available. The other lock touchers are busy. So Corrin cleanly one-shots that general with a hammer. I could use lightning instead, but hammer looked funnier. And that guy does not have Pavis, unlike some of his friends, so it's perfectly fine to do that. I transfer Azura to Camilla and Rally, but the Rally is not really useful here, but it could be, depending on different outcomes. But yes, I need to entrap Hans to unblock that door. Luckily, I have 100% hit, so this is fine. Now it's time to use the 2 rescue staff uses that I was planning to use here. So the first one is after I dance for Corrin with Azura. I want to bring down another lock touch user down here so that he can open the door that was just had a path free for it by entrapping Hans. So I use Silas and the level 2 Master Ninja, Ren, to do that. Now I need to rescue someone who can seize after Iago's been killed. The generic, the high level Master Ninja, Jin, could be my Iago killer here, but because Corrin's guard gauge is intact, I was perfectly happy to just use dual club here. Since even if I get crit, it's fine because it gets blocked. But in the event that things don't work, like things worked out differently, you could always use the ninja to kill here. But yeah, there's Iago dead, and now we seize after Corrin leveled up, of course. It's been getting leveled. Yeah, there's Excalibur, which is completely useless. That is chapter 26 in 4 turns. I will see you next time.